Can you teach athletes to compete? I'm kind of like radically optimistic in this arena. However, I've also, I haven't been in so many seasons where I've coached athletes from start to finish, which I recognize is way harder than showing up and talking about these things for 3 days. So, how do you guys see that?
Yeah, so I've changed competing. I think for a lot of people is winning and losing, and can you teach athletes how to win, and that's that kind of stuff. And in my mind, it's changed over the years. Of if you want athletes to learn how to compete, what is competing? We define it as enforcing your will over your opponent, or enforcing your will over your skill, enforcing your will over whatever it is that you're taking on, and it's a game. So competition is a game, because I look at it where you have that little kid who loses a game and they start crying, and parents are like, "Oh, they're just super competitive," but they got their butts kicked. And I'm like, "That's not competitive at all. They're whiny,
Yeah.
they're emotional. That's not competitive. Competitive is, are you in it? Are you playing the game?" And so I think absolutely, because all it really takes is teaching somebody how to play the game and understanding the rules and understanding how to manipulate the rules in to their favor, to where they can control outcomes of the other side. If, for example, you're in a game and you can't get a quality swing, you take out the setter, it's going to be an out of system ball. You know that there's a high probability that ball's going to the outside. Your blockers are out there, your defenders are set up. You know what I mean? That's being a little bit more competitive in the sense of you're strategizing, you're figuring out, how do we play this game to enforce my will? I want you to take this next swing outside because I couldn't get a quality swing. Even though I may not get the next point, I may not win the next point, I made you make a choice that I knew you were going to do. And so I think if you can start getting athletes to understand the rules of the game and what you want the other people to do, you can make anyone competitive, because you can control a lot of that. And that for me is just teaching kids, because I think, again, kids think competition is winning and losing alone, and we're going to measure it that way, but ultimately it's a whole different game. And so I think you can take anyone and teach them how to play a game, and they can become really darn good at it, because you can take an athlete who's not on that top team or whatever, and all of a sudden you watch them play and they start doing some things and you're like, whoa, that was really smart. Whoa, that was really smart. Whoa, that was really smart. And they are enforcing their will. Maybe they don't win, but they're enforcing their will. And that, to me, gives athletes a sense of empowerment, in the sense that they can do what they want to do. And